hard fouls, just out there running around, playing hard. Josh Hart.
It's Rehab.
Yo. Let me tell you niggas something. I am so
Hold on.
sick.
AllBall, he's been waiting all year for his moment, for his guy to come through. Flea, the floor is yours, my brother.
He was excellent tonight.
He was amazing.
He was excellent tonight. Josh Hart was excellent tonight, y'all. Y'all know how y'all feel about my guy.
Listen, y'all are so annoying. How many times did Josh Hart?
Y'all know how I feel
Josh
about
Hart
him.
drive you crazy when he jump and just do some nut shit?
Bro, he drives me insane. Like, you gotta love him, but it's like, Josh, no. When sometimes he has the ball, you be like, Josh, no. Bro, everything about Josh Hart, though, tonight, obviously aside from, thinking that he has the ball handling skills of Kyrie Irving. He doesn't have that. But just his defensive effort, there was one play where he just sat in the chair on Anthony Edwards and just got one of the biggest stops of the game. Because the game was still a game at this point. And that stop in the third quarter, it was tough. The 3-ball was dropping for him tonight. He was being aggressive. I love that everybody's being aggressive. And that's the thing about Mike Brown.
Hopefully we make this a good habit, especially with Josh Hart. Just seeing he's just high energy, so every opportunity is a great opportunity for him. It seems like, and that's just Westbrook and him. They have one motor, one gear. And the play that you're referencing about when he locked up Ant-Man, I thought he turned it over right after that. This is the same play we're talking about.
He turned it right over because he started to push the basketball.
Yeah. But that's what got us going because Ant-Man had hit a 3 the previous play, and then they threw the ball after the inbounds to Josh Hart, and he quickly scored. So I'm like, that's a lot of confidence you showing and say, you know what? Let's get that possession back on the defensive end. Let's make a stop real quick. And he did that. That's why I was hyped. That's what got me going with Josh Hart tonight. He said, all right, he scored. He didn't score. Ant-Man didn't score the 3 on him. I think it was on Deuce McBride. Hart gets the ball in the half court, scores quickly. Boom. Minnesota inbounds the ball. Ant-Man goes in ISO. Josh Hart kind of locks him up. I think Brunson or McBride was on the court showing. So Ant-Man couldn't go right. It stifled Ant-Man. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I think he turned it over for Josh Hart. Or did he miss the shot?
He missed the shot.
Okay, now you can score on back-to-back possessions. And now you basically know Ant-Man's 3 from 2 possessions ago. That's basketball. That's sports. That's football. Football, we score, we stop you once. All right, now you got to come back and score because you down 2 basically, especially if you get the ball at halftime.
Competing.
But I think it's more, but I think more like this, Flea. Him having that one gear and saying, all right, I want that possession back on defense. It's now you saying beyond a 2-for-1, none of that. Forget about 2. It's competing, and it's also saying that 3-point shit isn't the only way we could score. That's not the only way to win. I don't care what era it's in. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm following. You need that though, because not every team has that. That gear that Josh Hart has and the mindset that he plays with, right? Next play. Damn, I missed that next play. Like everybody doesn't have a guy that plays with that type of gear. So that's a huge advantage that we have that I love. Don't even look at the box score. Put the box score down real quick. Let me ask you a question. Who had the highest plus minus for us tonight? Don't even look. Who had the highest plus minus for us tonight?
I thought I saw before we even jumped on. It wasn't Brunson.
Okay. It wasn't Brunson. Who was it?
It was either, hold on, Cat or Hart.
Nope. Fucking Deuce McBride. Plus 26.
26.
Plus 26. Heroic Avenue.
He played
Deuce
in the floor.
Excellent tonight.
That shot over Goldberg in the corner. It seems like he needs a 7'8" guy to go jump at him every time he shoots. Like his shot is made for a 7'8" guy to go jump at him. Just amazing. Amazing play tonight.
Deuce was excellent tonight. When Deuce is out there playing free, right? Because some nights Deuce looks a little tight, meaning like if the first two shots don't fall, he tightens up a little bit. But one thing that I love about him that I didn't like about Bridges last year, that Bridges has changed completely this season over the first couple of games. I didn't like that when the shots weren't falling for Bridges, he wouldn't play on the level of defense that he's capable of. And with Deuce is completely different. Whether Deuce is playing well on the offensive end or not, he's after it on defense, fighting through screens, flying around, fouling when necessary, not playing with his hands, right? Playing with his feet. Like Deuce is growing right before our eyes as a real NBA rotational player. Like God forbid whatever happens with us, it's not like he won't have a job. He can play on a lot of different teams in this league for what he does, especially with his ball handling abilities now. He's worked on that. And obviously his jump shooting ability, his shot making ability. I love everything about Deuce McBride this game.
But speak to more about that, because you said that all season long last year, Mikal Bridges doesn't hit his shots. All of a sudden on the defensive end, you notice he would disappear. What does that mean? What does it mean from last year besides effort? What does that look like? Paint the picture for us last season compared to this year. What is Bridges doing differently on the defensive end?
I think just a year under his belt. So now you kind of know where you fit. I know Mike Brown's system is different, but just a year with the guys, right? Just on the New York Knicks with the guys, having a run to the Eastern Conference Finals. You got that under your belt, right? So now you've played with guys. You kind of know where you fit in, what the expectations are. And now he's playing in a system that is a lot more freer. He's going to get touches. We were worried about last season. He averaged about 17 points a game, but we absolutely talked about he doesn't get the touches. Like you said it yourself. Tibbs doesn't call his number enough. Why doesn't Tibbs call his number? You said that a lot last season, right? Then Brunson goes down, and he has this stretch where, he was kind of the go-to guy at certain points when he had it rolling. But this season, I think that he's completely different. Whether shots are falling or not, he's been great defensively, in my opinion. Him and OG on the defensive end, on the wings, yo, they're living up to Wingstop right now. They are. We're what are we, middle of the pack or like towards the bottom of the pack on defense
now
as a team? Where we at?
After these last two games, we were 16th for the last two games prior.
Where we at right now? I'm curious.
Right now, the Knicks,
them two guys have been phenomenal.
They moved up to 13th now. We were at defensive rating of 116. Now we're at 113 for 13th in the league. So we're moving up, and we're just look. We got Golden State at 112, Chicago Bulls at 112.5, and the Celtics at 112.7. So we're less than a point away from those guys as far as defensive rating goes. So that means we're right outside the top 10 range of defensive rating. We're right there.
Knicks Rehab.